Nobody gets you ready for Utah football more than the KSL Sports Zone.
Ready?
It's a much-needed bye week for the Utes as they get set for the final stretch of the 25 season. Your home for the best coverage of Utah football is right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. You're listening to Jake Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Jake, Scott, Ben, Anderson, thank you for making this part of your day. I want to remind you to make this Thanksgiving unforgettable with Kenny J's Barbecue. Skip the streets and bring home slow smoked perfection. Pre-order your Thanksgiving meal today. Text 801-230-5396 and come eat with Hanson Scotty coming up today from noon to 3 at Kenny J's in the district.
I probably discount the value of having College Gameday broadcasting on your campus and getting you at least prepared for your game, whether they're carrying your game or not. Numbers just came out for College Gameday at the University of Utah over the weekend. It was their highest, they're their most watched College Gameday to date. 6.5 million viewers on linear TV. An additional 1.2 million on the Pat McAfee show via Twitter alone. 2 million viewers, 2.7 million viewers at their peak moment tuning in live, and then 2.5 million in the final hour. It's a lot of eyeballs on your campus.
With a carriage dispute going on, too.
Yeah, right.
At the same time. Well, that's...
And a huge one.
Well, you read Armpit's, his numbers on the Snap Talk. What was it?
1.2 million.
Those are all the YouTubers they couldn't get.
Yes, could not.
The YouTube TV people. It
You're
was a
probably
story.
right.
It was a story over the weekend.
Yeah.
People wrote about it that people couldn't get it on YouTube TV. Went to Armpit's Snap Talk.
And then you're going to see, I would imagine, BYU and Texas Tech beat that number this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know. I was you bringing that up. It got me thinking. Does that have anything to do with where it is?
What do you mean?
I mean, can Utah take any sort of credit for having the highest rated?
No.
Of the year?
No, it has nothing to do with. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Does it have anything to do with the location? That's all. I don't know whether the answer is yes or no. But when you read that, it sounds like a Ute fan taking a Ute fan taking a victory lap. Like, did you see the highest rated of the year? Go Utes!
No.
But does it have anything to do with it? You know what I mean?
It does not. And even kind of the funny thing, and not a knock on whoever's running the socials up there, but in the responses to this post from ESPN, someone from a University of Utah football account or University of Utah account said, Utes fans show up. It's like it literally has nothing to do with how many fans were there.
In fact, if they're there, they're probably
they're not watching it on TV.
These numbers don't account for those people at all. It's the fact that the later in the season you get, it becomes a better show because the rankings start to matter and, people want to watch college football. It's fall. People aren't going outside as much in the mornings. You're not working in the yard. You're not mowing the lawn, so you're sitting inside watching TV. You benefit from it, though, regardless. Yeah, I don't care where it is. It's good for you that you're on TV. You're in the right place at the right time. You've got a good team, which is what you do control. Is your team good or not? You're in a conference that is relevant, and you're playing against another team that was perceived as relevant because of how they were ranked in the Jake and Ben Big 12 Power Poll every Tuesday.
They're still a monster.
And you put them up there, really put them at number one, and the nation saw that and wanted to watch the game.
Correct.
So that's the value, and that's, I guess, what you can control. But being good late in the season just puts eyeballs on your school and puts eyeballs on your university. And you have talked about your friend who enrolled at Valpo because
Bryce
Drew hits the shot.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, that's relatable.
I'd like to go to Valpo.
One of my big things that I believe in life is if you know somebody who's done a specific job, whether that's a doctor or whether that's a sports writer or whether that's a TV personality or whether that's a professional athlete, it makes it 1,000 times more likely that you can reach it because it seems relatable. I know somebody who did it, therefore it doesn't seem like it belongs to other people. It becomes a pathway for me. There are some genetic things involved, but even just like, oh, I grew up in the same neighborhood as a guy who played in the NBA, maybe I have a chance to do it too. I think that really does matter. Seeing a school and being like, well, I saw that on campus on a Saturday morning when I was having a good time in my life in high school. Maybe Utah becomes a potential landing spot for me that I didn't think about before. I do think that stuff does tend to matter. as silly as that sounds to me.
You know, you're right, Ben. The mouse is too powerful. They should break up that company.
Well, we can get into the big conversation of, our conglomerate's too big, which I think the answer is absolutely 100% yes. But
I'm kind of joking, but you wonder why the universities sell out to all these companies. It's because
they wield a huge, huge stick.
But it's not, and this is just my personal peccadillo, I keep coming back to it's not supposed to be about money with universities. So talking about this value and stuff like that actually bugs me because you wonder why the mouse can just ruin college football and ruin relationships with universities that go back decades and sink entire conferences and do this because they woke up and felt like it one day.
Mm-hmm.
Because these universities are so beholden to the not only the money but the exposure that
the
brings
advertising
in even further money.
It's all advertising.
They
it's
want
all
it.
marketing.
Valpo wants to grab my buddy because he pays tuition there.
Yeah.
You know, it's. I find it gross.
Yeah,
I think it's
let
super gross.
some lousy people, and I'm not pointing at anyone in particular, but we will let some lousy people onto our campus that we actually don't stand for at all, but man, they've got a big microphone.
And man, our logo is, if you look at the amount of free advertising in a football game, it'd be really interesting to come up with a financial figure. Your average, not even like your game of the week kind of thing like BYU and Texas Tech this week, but like your average ESPN nationally televised game, non-prime time.
Yeah.
I wonder what the financial value of the marketing or exposure or whatever.
Yeah, if you were to view it as, can we buy a 30-second spot across the country that's going to air in front of X million viewers, how much money would that cost? And then you think, well, actually, it's a 3-hour commercial because your logo and your name is all over it. And then if you mix in College Game Day, which adds, how long is Game Day? 2 hours?
Yep.
Yeah, you tack on 2 hours,
What's
and then
that
it
worth?
has your most famous alumni, and it has your helmet out in front the entire time. I mean, tens and tens of millions of dollars in advertising.
And you wonder why Texas picks up the phone when the mouse calls and says, hey, you should get out of that crappy league.
Right.
You're like, okay.
Sure. You'll advertise us better, more.
They're addicted to the
limelight,
addicted to the money.
Yeah.
I mean, and I hope people understand. I'm not getting political here, but one thing that President Trump proved in 2016 is I'm not going to buy TV ads. Why would I do that? I'm on TV all the time.
Yeah.
I'm getting the value for free.
Yeah, it's not a criticism to say he's probably the greatest marketer of all time.
He's on TV all the time.
Yeah.
He's figured it out.
Yeah,
Why would I pay for spots when I'll just go on?
He's a master marketer, and it got him to the presidency.
Yeah.
Is a big part of it, and now everyone's following suit.
So I get bothered because that's not what universities are supposed to be about, and it's all they're about anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And to the point where stories like that are super relevant to them.
Like that?
Because they're lucrative.
Yeah. No question
because
about
some bozo in, I almost said Lubbock.
Well, it's where they are tonight.
Decided
or this
that,
week, I should say.
Decided that, wow, Armpit looked like he was having a really good time up there. I should go to the University of Utah.
Yeah. And, whether we think we're arguing about are these too powerful or what is this actually
They
good
are.
for?
They should be broken up.
But the truth is it is super valuable, regardless. And I probably downplay, I just kind of, I didn't go to College Game Day. I didn't go to Big Noon Saturday when it was out at BYU and Utah was playing there either. I'm not taking part in the festivities of it. KSL Sports was up there. Shout out Chandler. Shout out Mitch. Shout out Steve, who have gone up and take photos and, participate and do all the interviews. It's cool, but you do understand why the schools do it. And I've probably not appreciated how much it means for them.
Yeah,
Not
financially.
just because your friend went to Valpo.
No, but it's true.
But
it's true.
That helps. It's good advertising.
Because it puts it front of mind. I mean, my friend, I make it sound like he just picked it because he's a huge basketball fan and was like, wow, I'm going to that school. I like the cut of their jib.
Which actually, if you were a huge college football fan and you wanted to go to Alabama, I actually would understand that.
But you look into it. That's the point, is you go, oh, what's that V logo?
Name
the
value.
Valpo?
That's name value.
Well, I should look up and see what they're all about. I'm about to decide where I want to go to college. And it ended up working out for him terrifically. So it's not, I don't mean to be flip about that he's just like, sign me up. Like I decided to go to Maryland, Baltimore County because they beat UVA in the first round of the NCAA tournament. No, I'd be crazy to do that. But maybe did I look into the Retrievers? Because I'd never heard of them before and I thought they were interesting. Probably.
Yeah. And it's not just sports. This is, if you're on the Tweaker app, TikTok, there was a whole thing of the dances that sororities were doing for, what is it, pledges or rushing or what's the term? Then they were like filming these TikTok videos and it was like, come and be a part of our fraternity at this school. And, we have this celebrity, not even a celebrity person, not a real celebrity, an influencer at the college who is in that fraternity, is saying like, well, she's at the front of this dance. Don't you want to hang out with her? Now there's some familiarity with the school and with that fraternity, so come and pledge there. So, yeah, it works throughout, but you're right. It is certainly not the altruistic, this is about education for people.
And has not helped the sport, in my opinion. Now, has helped universities get rich?
Yeah, it's been great for Kyle Whittingham and Kalani Sitake and all of their coordinators and the coaches that have come before them and the coaches that will come after them. And it has made some players very rich, which I don't protest.
No, I mean, not protest, not as long as it's under the rules. Now, the rules are stupid, in my opinion.
Agreed, but the rules are the rules.
Or lack thereof, yeah.
But you're right, it has changed, I guess, the concept of what this was.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the exposure Utah, and now BYU is going to get as well, is worth millions. Mm-hmm. Millions.
And it's cool. It is cool that it's happening. I mean, this is the third time we're getting one of the two big ones. We've had Big Noon at BYU,
Big
Utah.
Noon twice.
Oh, we've had Big Noon twice?
Yeah.
Oh, because they came to Utah.
Once at
for Texas
BYU,
Tech.
Yeah.
So this will be the fourth time. National fans got to be sick of what's going on in our state.
Yeah,
why,
no kidding.
why do they keep showing these games?
By the way, I was surprised to learn yesterday that only 9 million people subscribe to YouTube TV. The amount of complaining that I have heard, you would think 50 million people subscribe to YouTube TV. I was actually pretty shocked to hear that number was so low. No offense to the Christians of the world who are subscribers, but...
And this clearly ties into our conversation is how many people subscribe to YouTube TV specifically because of the sports accessibility? There
are only 10 people subscribe to begin with.
Well, that's the thing. But if it's 9 million people, which doesn't seem like that much on a nationwide scale, but how many sports fans are you actually talking about? Again, ESPN's bragging that they had 2.5 million viewers at one time. That was their peak. That was as many people were watching at one time. Well, 9 million people. Are 7 million of those people tuning in because they love football? Are 7 million of those people, do they have a YouTube subscription because of what it provides for them on the sports front? Because if so, that actually kind of seems like a large number to me. If it's just nationwide, that's not that many because there's 600 million people in our country. 9 million is not a huge chunk of that. But if 80% of those people are just there for the sports and now you're losing ESPN, I get why that would become as loud as it was on your feed on social media.
On the Snap Talk. All right, well, maybe this is here for some better perspective. 7.4 million people subscribe to Dish Network.
Okay.
DirecTV, 11.3.
Okay.
Cable, now this is not just, I mean, there are many cable
this is
subscribers.
Xfinity, this is whatever. Yeah.
Cable, 70.2 million.
That's a lot, yeah.
So cable still dwarfs basically everything else, which is actually kind of interesting to look into. Mm-hmm. But 9 million is right in the DirecTV Dish Network, so maybe I shouldn't be surprised.
Is that what you have? Is that all the numbers you have? Is there not another distributor that's mentioned here?
No, that's all I looked up.
Okay. So 70 million, it's about 20 million between Dish and DirecTV, and then about 10 million on YouTube TV.
Yeah, 9.
I mean, that's almost 10% of that grouping, and there are other people, you can subscribe to Fubo. Christian, do you know what YouTube TV costs a month?
No.
Yeah, because it's not yours.
No, I just get the password.
I know what the password costs. 0.
I think it's like 80-ish.
Okay. I think Fubo is a little bit more than that. Fubo is more directly sports, though you can, it does have just kind of your traditional guide of whatever you're...
We did YouTube TV for a hot second, and I didn't like it. I don't know.
Was there something specifically you didn't like about it?
Oh, I didn't think it was particularly convenient. But honestly, I didn't really understand that. If I'm comparing that to Dish Network, I'd rather have Dish Network.
Okay.
It's not really giving me anything that Dish Network isn't. And I didn't think the price was that much different. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Fubo Deluxe, I'm not trying to advertise for any of these people, just curious, is $85 a month after your trial, which, you get whatever, a first month free or $30 off your first month. But it can be as high as $115. I'm sure that's after the first year. It jumps up to $115. So at that point, YouTube TV is cheaper and makes a little bit more sense. But that Fubo includes NHL and NBA. And
I will say
like
this, though. None of it, everybody thought cord cutting was going to be the most simple thing in the wave of the future because it would be cheaper and easier and all that stuff. It is not.
No, it's been far worse.
Yeah, it is. It is not easier. It is not cheaper.
It's not more convenient.
It is not more
easier.
convenient.
Yeah.
And maybe somehow this whole thing gets streamlined, but the way that it is now is just a mess.
It is also funny to me, though, because, I would imagine if I were to poll Jazz fans, it'd be interesting. How do you watch the games? I would bet the overwhelming majority is through some subscription.
Oh,
and
see, I bet
not,
K-Jazz is the majority.
You think?
Yeah.
I kind of bet it's not.
I bet it's is it terrestrial TV? I know it's terrestrial radio.
Over the air, yeah.
I bet it's over the air TV. I bet it's K-Jazz by a mile.
I honestly wonder. You might be right. I could be way off. But I'm curious, even when people have access to it, if people are not choosing to watch kind of normal broadcast TV, the way they used to with the Rabbit Ears.
What percentage of the Jazz fan base is in the footprint of K-Jazz? I'd say probably
a big
95%.
Sure, but that's where I think it gets interesting is if it is available to you for free, are you still watching it for free, or are you watching it on YouTube TV or Fubo or DirecTV or whatever your provider is? If you have the provider, you just watch on the provider. It's digital. It's not you don't have to worry about moving an antenna around.
I don't think it's on those.
On what?
K-Jazz?
It's over the air. You can get it on the Rabbit Ears.
No, but he's wondering on
no,
what
it's
providers.
not on YouTube TV and stuff.
Yeah.
I had to go buy a digital antenna to watch it.
So I'll be curious.
But yeah, you paid $3 for that digital antenna. Honestly, Ryan Smith, his big thing about accessibility might be his best policy, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's really smart.
Like that he is prioritized, okay, I'm going to take a bath putting it on K-Jazz, but you know what? Bam, we're putting it in front of everybody. And I bet the vast majority watch K-Jazz.
Be curious.
Have you seen subscription numbers for SEG Plus? I have not.
I have a rough idea.
27.
People?
26?
It's far more than that. Obviously.
30.
So they did better than the Clippers.
Well, the Clippers were embarrassingly low.
Yeah, but it is in Los Angeles,
Which, by the way, not to revisit this because we got to get to What You Got Wednesday, but talk about the dumbest team to do that experiment possible. Your whole advantage is that you can make money off your regional broadcast because you are in
a huge region.
A huge region.
Yeah.
Moron.
Privatize it.
All right. What You Got Wednesday is coming up next. It's Jake and Ben. Stay tuned. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Whether it's the Jazz, Utes, Cougars, or Aggies, these guys have got you covered.
Time to eat, fellas.
You're locked on to Jake Scott and Ben Anderson.
1, 2, 3, move it.
On 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
What you got Wednesday? What's the deal? Jake's got rules, Ben's out to steal. Bozo takes their spinning around. Flush it down, flush it down. Emo skater Ben with a devious grin. Jake rolls his eyes, lets out a sigh within. If rules had feelings, they'd probably cry. Ben's chaos just makes them fly. What you got Wednesday? What's the deal?
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Jake, Scott, Ben Anderson. Time for What You Got Wednesday. If you're new to the show, Ben and I go head-to-head every Wednesday on 2 5-selection drafts, one sports-related, one not. Then we put it out on the Snap Talk for you to vote. What happened last week, Christian?
Guys, it was a big week last week. After several sweeps in a row, we finally had a split.
Oh, we did.
Biggest sports trailblazers, Jake won 81-19, and famous Minnesotans, Ben won 57-43.
Quick amendment. Logan Cooley's not from Minnesota, but he did play his college hockey there.
So there was a loose tie. just not the tie we thought.
But you know what? If you were to draft Utahns and someone took Andre Miller, I don't think anybody would be like, how dare you? I think that makes sense.
All right. Christian, what is today's sports-related topic?
BYU at Texas Tech this weekend, so we're going to go best Raiders of all time. Not just Red Raiders, all
Best Raiders of all time. All right. So Ben gets the number one pick in the sports-related draft. Is that correct? Is there an automatic numero uno?
I actually think there is, but I wonder if you're going to try and veto it. Thanks for putting the music. I was like, this is dry. This is boring.
I knew we were missing something. Yeah.
Can I take John Madden?
Yeah.
Okay. I do think that's the answer.
All right. I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes. I think he'll eventually go down as a top 3 or 4 quarterback of all time, at least.
Yeah, I think he's probably already there. No question about it. I think Mahomes is the other obvious choice if you're not going with John Madden. I kind of suspect most people would have taken Mahomes, if I'm being totally honest with you. All right, I'm going to go with... I'm just going this because it's going to get me votes. He's not one of the greatest of all time. Well, he is, but he didn't play long enough. I'm going to go with Bo Jackson.
That will get you votes. That is true.
Everyone loves Bo Jackson. Everyone loves the story. That's where he's known. If you were to poll the 10 greatest Raiders of all time, I think the true Raiders fans probably wouldn't say Bo Jackson, but I think casual fans, myself included, would say Bo.
That was the first name Lloyd just said.
Well, he's a casual.
Yeah, Lloyd gave that to you.
Not a real fan.
You can thank Lloyd for that. Honestly, the problem I'm encountering here is all of the greatest L.A., Oakland, Vegas Raiders of all time are all 1,000 years old.
They are, yeah. They have been mediocre for such a long time.
All 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with somebody who was actually probably a better running back, certainly for longer than Bo, but Marcus Allen.
Yeah, Marcus Allen would have been my pick. All right. I will go with Howie Long.
That guy sucks. Did you know he made a stupid action movie in the 90s? Do you remember what that was called? It was about like a forest fire or something.
I don't. Not Backdraft? Which is not about forest fires. That was about fires in the city of Chicago.
No, but it was the moment I knew I could have to stop taking Howie Long seriously. Let's see. Howie Long, Firestorm in 1998.
That sounds cool. Was it
There's
cool?
no way. Oh, man. Yeah, who else is in it? Scott Glenn's in it. I know you're a big fan of old Scott. Anywho, you can have Howie Long.
Okay.
I'm going to go with, let's see. God, the Raiders are bad. I'm going to go with Tim Brown.
Okay.
Former Notre Dame receiver who was very good with the Raiders.
I'm going to go with Michael Crabtree.
He sucks.
He was awesome in college. And obviously had the big catch against Texas, right? The tiptoeing down the sidelines to beat Texas with, what was it, 7 seconds left in the game?
Is this number 3?
This is 4 for you.
4 for me?
But I'm going to go with Michael Crabtree, who did not become the great NFL player that he kind of promised to be in college.
But he did also play for the Raiders.
But he also played for the Raiders.
Dipping.
Yeah.
Didn't Richard Sherman yell at Aaron Andrews about Michael Crabtree? Do you remember that?
Yes.
He's quite slow. I'm going to go with the great Zach Thomas, former Texas Tech Raider, and then eventually Miami Dolphin.
Linebacker?
Yeah, really good one.
All right. I got a couple options on my board. Which direction do I go? Name value or actual production? I'm going to go Baker. I'm going to go name value. I'm going to go Baker Mayfield.
Baker played for Oklahoma.
He started his career at Texas Tech.
Oh, and transferred. That's right. Oh, that's weak.
Why is that weak?
He doesn't belong on that. There's easily 10 people that we have yet to pick from that belong on there ahead of Baker Mayfield.
People belong on this list ahead of Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson played 4 games in the NFL.
I mean,
Bo Jackson was in one good video game, and
Like-
people were like, well, it's the greatest of all time.
Okay, I'm going to pick somebody that I think is going to get me votes, and I liked the man dearly myself,
Okay.
so I'm going to go with the great Todd Christensen. But over Baker, I would have taken, just looking at the Texas Tech Raiders, I would have taken Wes Welker.
Wes Welker
or
was the name I was
Danny
debating.
Amendola.
I was debating Wes Welker or Baker, and I went with name value
And
with Baker.
the Oakland/LA/Vegas, we left Kenny Stabler on, we left Jim Plunkett on the board.
Max Crosby.
Max Crosby?
Well, I guess you should have drafted some of those guys.
No, I got the ones
if they
I
were gonna
wanted.
Get you the win, if they were going to get you the win and guarantee it over Baker Mayfield, you should have just drafted
I
those
got
guys.
the ones I wanted. I'm just shocked you drafted Baker Mayfield.
Well, we'll see who wins next week, I guess. Be shocked all you want. Baker was a hell of a college player. Won the Heisman Trophy.
Not for the Raiders.
No, he did not.
All right. What is our review, Christian?
Yeah, let's review this one. Ben had the number 1 pick. He went John Madden, Bo Jackson, Howie Long, Michael Crabtree, and Baker Mayfield. Jake went Patrick Mahomes, Marcus Allen, Tim Brown, Zach Thomas, and Todd Christensen.
And I would remind you, though I agree it's where we started our whole vitriol campaign against Texas Tech, was that Patrick Mahomes, too, was not Patrick Mahomes when he was at Texas Tech. Now, he was very good.
He just lost a lot.
But they didn't win,
Yeah.
and he was not viewed as the future top 3 quarterback of all time
No.
when he was playing there. Otherwise, if he had been, he would have been drafted in the top 3 picks. Or number 1 overall. Or been the first quarterback from his own draft, and he was not.
I would have taken Rich Gannon over Baker Mayfield.
See who wins?
All right.
Oh, man, I don't know where I'm going here at all.
Not sports topic today, Christian.
The Utah Mammoth inspired this one. They are on a Canadian road trip in Toronto tonight. So we're going to go with best Canadians of all time.
Is there an automatic number 1 pick?
I guess it depends on if you're talking sports or not.
Well, yes is the answer, and it's Wayne Gretzky.
Okay. That's what I was thinking, too. Wayne Gretzky. Dwayne Jetski. You guys seen that ad? I'm going to go with John Candy.
I do love John Candy.
I want to see his new documentary out. I have not watched it yet.
I haven't either. I've heard it's good. All right. I'm going to stay in the comedy lane, Ben. And I'm going to go with Marty Short.
Okay.
I still say that Clifford is one of the most underrated, hilarious comedies of all time.
What's his Glick? Jiminy Glick?
Jiminy Glick is
It's
so funny.
It's kind of silly. It was like on TV when we were younger, and I just kind of passed it off and not realizing how funny the
How
things he was
amazing it
saying
is.
and how
Oh.
mean he was to the people. You let Between Two Ferns now with Zach Galifianakis. It's just a straight ripoff of Jiminy Glick.
It is.
Uh,
Three Amigos is amazing. And even his cameos in Arrested Development were some of my favorites.
yeah, he's great.
Marty Short.
I'm going to go with, I'll go music. I'll go Neil Young.
Oh, good. You can have him. A Southern man, don't need him around anyhow, Ben.
Old man. One of the greats.
I'm going to go with probably the best television producer of all time,
Yeah.
Lorne
Question about
Michaels. The producer of Saturday Night Live, which has been on since the 70s.
Year 52 now? 51?
Pretty wild. Lorne Michaels.
Unquestionably the most impactful comedic person of the last
And
100 years.
the spin-off show about him I thought was funny too. 30 Rock.
I mean, he's the basis for Dr. Evil.
Is he really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
that's who.
Mike Myers fashioned it after.
Speaking of which, Mike Myers.
Canadians.
Are you guys just going to take all SNL people?
I got John.
No.
Was John Candy ever on SNL? I don't think he was.
No, he was not. He was on the Canadian knockoff.
Yeah.
What's that called?
Probably the one that actually preempted it. Or what? Not Second City. Yeah, whatever it's called. You're right.
Let's see here. I'm going to go with the great Bill Shatner. Who doesn't love Bill Shatner? Even people who don't like Star Trek like Bill Shatner.
Well, he's funny.
He was. We were talking about him off the air yesterday. He was hilarious in Boston Legal.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go with... Give me Gordie Howe. I got to get one athlete on my board.
Do you? All right. I always think of the Simpsons episode when Bart was catfishing his teacher about dating Mrs. Krabappel or whatever. And he sent Gordie Howe's picture as the picture of the boyfriend that he was pretending to be. And he's like, "You're going in, Gordie." That's stupid, I know, but I always think of it when I hear Gordie Howe. All right, Ben, go. Where to go? You know what? I'm going to go with director, even though I don't necessarily love his movies, but Jimmy Cameron.
Big Jim.
Most people know him by James, but when you're as big of an Avatar 2 fan as I am, I can call him Jim.
I was going to say, you're like in a really friendly relationship with a lot of these people.
I am. It's true. I know Jim well. I've actually never seen either Avatars.
The new one comes out in like the next couple of months. I've only seen the first one.
A third one?
He's doing 6?
What?
Yeah, he's wasted. I mean, look, Avatar 1 made $3 billion. It's the most successful movie of all time. He is freakishly talented as a director. Can make any movie he wants, and he's wasting his third chapter, his final chapter as a director, making these insanely dumb movies. With all due respect,
he should do a Titanic sequel.
Sure, yeah, underwater. That's kind of what Avatar is.
Somebody told me when Avatar first came out, somebody told me it was just Fern Gully, the last rainforest, but with live action, and so I never bothered to see it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is.
I don't want it to ruin Fern Gully for me. I quite enjoyed that movie.
But that's exactly what it is, right? It's people are industrializing the forest.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen Avatar.
Aliens is a good movie. James Cameron. I will take between two people with 3 names. I'm going to go SGA, unfortunately. I'm going votes. Give me Shea.
Shea? No, yeah. Shea's good. MVP of the league.
Yeah.
All right. You want to review, Christian?
I passed on Alexander Graham Bell, who invented the telephone.
Jake had the number 1 pick. He started things off with Wayne Gretzky. Then he went Martin Short, Lorne Michaels, William Shatner, and James Cameron. Ben went John Candy, Neil Young, Mike Myers, Gordie Howe, and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Sorry, Celine Dion.
Justin Trudeau.
I never cared for
Robbie
her.
Robertson of the
Are
band.
you talking about Katy Perry's new boyfriend?
Yeah, that one.
Sorry, Avril Lavigne. Seth Rogen.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
You were that skater boy Avril was singing about.
Boy, was that annoying to have that come out when I was in 7th grade.
She said, "See you later, boy."
Nobody has ever said that to Ben before.
We should have that clip ready to go. Every time Ben relives his skater past, you should drop in Avril. He was a skater boy. She said, "See you later, boy."
Are either of us confident? I think you might win Canadians.
Oh, I think I've got the sports one for sure. I don't know about the Canadian one.
Oh, really? I got John Madden and Bo Jackson.
Good luck.
If you've ever played a football video game, you're voting for me.
Okay.
I got the Madden crew, which is Christian, and I got everyone who's over 35 years old who played Super Tecmo Bowl.
Okay,
or as
Baker.
It's affectionately known, Super Tecmo Bow.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
All right, stay tuned. More coming up next. We'll wrap up the show. Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Let's go! Complete game coverage of the Cougars is right here on the KSL Sports Zone. It doesn't get much bigger than this. BYU and Texas Tech, your home for the best coverage of Cougar football, is right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. You're listening to Jake Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Two niggas on the airways, talking sports. They got him made Jackson on soul. Loves his tie-dye, Ben's got style with his scarf. Oh my.
I am a 58-year-old lifetime BYU fan, and I agree 100% with Jake that we should go back to the old bowl system. It was more fun, it was enjoyable, and there is no more disrespect now at times than there was back then. Anyway, amen, Jake Scott. Love you guys' show. Keep up the great work.
Awesome. Shout out to you, James.
Not too much Jake in that call.
I thought that was
a lot of really name drop Jake a lot.
that might have been the perfect call-in.
But James, that was a good call.
Ben, you're such a freaking bozo.
And maybe there are more people out there that agree with me on that. I thought I'd be on an island a little bit, but shout out to the smart folks like James out there. This segment is brought to you by Peach Doors and Windows. Amazing home transformations begin with Peach, where 5-star reviews are the norm. Call them today for your free in-home estimate, 801-566-1255. And by the way, you can always use the call-in feature to communicate with the show. It's on the KSL Sports app. And just make sure you lead your comment with, "This is for the Jake and Ben Show."
Huge breaking news regarding the Utah Jazz. The Jazz's Walker Kessler is undergoing season-ending left shoulder surgery for a torn labrum, according to ESPN Shams Charania. So Walker out for the year, played in just 5 games, and this has a huge impact on the Jazz's immediate future, which is this season. They are missing a guy who's probably their second or third best player, probably their third if this Keontae jump is for real. It radically alters the Jazz's ability to play defense of any kind, as much as you can like Yusuf Nurkic. He's not a good defensive player in the slightest. Walker Kessler is no longer a trade candidate, which he had been one of the biggest trade candidate names associated with the Utah Jazz, whether the Jazz wanted to trade him or not. And he is going to be a restricted free agent next summer, coming off of a season in which he did not play at all. And while he was very good last year and showed signs of being good this season, he's not going to play himself into a $180 million contract now, which, had he played at a super high level, may have been in the conversation, and he probably sits back more near the $100 million deal.
I mean, it's the nightmare. It's what they always say, right? You know, you go into a contract year and then get hurt. But I honestly don't know how much this does hurt his market. And I could be wrong about this, but if you look at the free agents to come, I don't know, the centers aren't great.
No, they're not.
And and he's young enough. Like, I remember when Elton Brand in a contract year tore his Achilles, and he was like 33 or something like that at the time. Philadelphia maxed him out.
Yeah, they did.
That offseason. They signed him and maxed him out. So I don't know how true that is anymore. You know, I think it certainly was true in the 80s and the 90s where, you can absolutely affect your market. I don't know how true that is anymore, honestly.
I do think it's good that it's, a labrum and not an Achilles or something like that. That seems like it'll be a lingering issue. I would also note that Elton Brand was a multi-time All-Star before that. And Walker has had 2 seasons that were pretty good of the 3 he's played.
I got you, but I'm using an extreme example, but it's still true. I mean, do you think the Jazz offer him less now than they would have?
I think the Jazz are able to pay him now what they wanted to and not what Walker wanted to sign for. I think the Jazz are able to get Walker for $120 million over 4 years, and Walker was hoping for $160. That would be my pure guess. But that's what Walker and his agent were thinking of. Go out there, start 70 games, average 2.5 blocks, 15 and 14, and be one of the top 10 centers in the league, and those guys get 35 plus, and now you're talking about 2025.
Andre Drummond's a free agent.
Yeah, go get Andre Drummond.
DeAndre Ayton, Kevon Looney.
Look, I know the Jazz just beat...
Mo Wagner is a free agent.
He's a pretty good player, actually. I know
he's
the
a really
Jazz
good player.
just beat the Boston Celtics without Walker. The Jazz are going to struggle to win games without Walker Kessler. He is one of the best rebounders in the NBA. He's the best offensive rebounder in the NBA. He shoots 80% from the field. I mean, that's a little high, but he's at 78, I think, right now. Mm-hmm. He's a good shot blocker. He's a really good player.
Three-point sniper.
Really good. No, that's brutal.
Yeah.
That hurts the team for sure.
This is a major, major loss for the Jazz.
Yeah. And Kevin Love now gets to play.
And now Yusuf Nurkic has to play 30 minutes a night, and Kevin Love's got to play. And
can we count how many layups Yusuf Nurkic misses this season?
Yeah, please do. Yeah, it's a great idea.
Can we log that?
Again, he's at 39% for the season, so 7 feet tall. Just has to drop the ball in the hole.
No, I feel bad for him. Injury is definitely the worst part of sports. Absolutely. That's a setback, and I hope it doesn't affect his market. Maybe I'm thinking positively for his sake, but yeah, I hope he goes and makes his money. It's tough.
Danny Ainge coming up at 12:30 on Hans and Scotty. So you will get from the bird's mouth. Cat's mouth? What's the term? Anyway, I don't know.
Maybe he
Hawk
can
on
now
the carpet?
maybe he can now focus on a wedding
Yeah.
or something. Maybe he can get married to what's her name?
Yeah.
Miss America.
Sure. She's got some time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wedding planning takes time, dude.
Shortest Miss America in history. And I don't mean height-wise. I mean, they changed when they do the new Miss America, so she didn't get to do it for a full 12 months.
Hans and Scott here coming up next. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Christian.
Jake and Ben, 97.5 DKSL Sports Zone.